Hello and welcome back to the Grape Explorer. It's quiz time and today I'm quizzing you on your Australian knowledge. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm the Grape Explorer, bringing you wine education, product reviews and lots of wine tasting, although I have just realised I've forgotten to bring a wine today, but never mind, I can't drink wine every day. So yes, Australia. 10 questions to test your knowledge and to see where you're at in terms of your expertise on this enormous island and its rather large wine industry. So straight into question number 1 then. When was commercial viticulture first established in Australia? Was it A, between 1620 and 1640, B, between 1720 and 1740, C, between 1820 and 1840, or D, between 1920 and 1940? Some of this, of course, is going to come down to your knowledge of Australian history and actually thinking about when the first settlers arrived in Australia. Now, I remember very well that Australia celebrated its bicentennial in the year 1984 or 1985, I think. So if you've gone for anything that's perhaps a little bit before that, thinking about bicentennial, you'd be wrong. The correct answer here is in fact C. It's between 1820 and 1840. Okay, question 2 is all about one of the black grape varietals that are grown in Australia. What is considered the most widely planted red wine variety in Australia? Is it A, Shiraz? Is it B, Cabernet Sauvignon? Is it C, Merlot? Or is it D, Pinot Noir? All of these grape varietals are of course grown in Australia. They have a very broad wine industry when it comes to grapes that are grown, which is absolutely fantastic. But I do think that Australia is really well known for one particular type of wine that it produces, and that would be Shiraz. So if you've gone for answer A, absolutely correct. Question number 3 is all about a particular wine that I think Australia does really well. So which region is the most associated with the production of wines made from Semillon? Is it A, Murray-Darling? Is it B, Adelaide Hills? Is it C, Margaret River? Or is it D, Hunter Valley? This sort of ties into what I was just saying about the Australian wine industry. You know, it is really broad. They produce fantastic wines made from lots of different styles of grapes, lots of different styles of wine as well. And they are really well known for their Semillons, particularly in Hunter Valley. So if you've gone for answer D, you're absolutely right. Question number 4 is going to test your grape and region knowledge again. Which 2 grape varieties are considered the specialty of Mornington Peninsula? Is it A, Pinot Noir and Chenin Blanc? Is it B, Pinotage and Chardonnay? Is it C, Pinot Noir and Chardonnay? Or is it D, Pinotage and Chenin Blanc? So you might want to think about where Mornington Peninsula is first. That might give you some indications to the type of grapes that are grown. But in this case, probably a little bit of an easier question. Australia isn't really renowned for its Pinotage or its Chenin Blanc, but it is renowned for its Pinot Noir and its Chardonnay. So if you've gone for answer C, you've got that one right. Question number 5 then is one of the geographical type questions I really enjoy. Put these regions in order. Put the following regions in geographical order from west to east. 1, Yarra Valley. 2, Margaret River. 3, Barossa Valley. And 4, Hunter Valley. So is it A, 1, 2, 3, 4? Is it B, 2, 3, 1, 4? Is it C, 4, 2, 3, 1? Or is it D, 2, 3, 4, 1? Quite tricky. I will put the card back up in the screen for you to have a look. We're going from west to east, so if we're looking on a map, we're going from left to right. I think that potentially lots of people know that Margaret River is based on the west coast of Australia, so that narrows it down to B or D. It's then going to come down to your own knowledge around this particular question. But Hunter Valley is the one that's most easterly of these, Hunter Valley being number 4. So if you've gone for B, 2, 3, 1, 4, you're absolutely right. Now on to question 6, which is all about specific characteristics in a particular wine. So Cabernet Sauvignons from Coonawarra can have which aroma characteristics? Is it A, cassis and eucalyptus or menthol aromas? Is it B, blackberry and blackcurrant aromas? Is it C, pineapple and mango aromas? Or is it D, cranberry and raspberry aromas? So what you need to think about here, of course, are typical aromas from a Cabernet Sauvignon. I actually think in this case there is a little bit of a clue, as one of the aromas is very much associated with Australia. If you've gone for answer A, cassis and eucalyptus or menthol aromas, you'd be absolutely right. Of course, Australia, famous for its eucalyptus trees. So we're moving on to question number 7, which is a question about a very specific Australian producer of wines. Which Australian producer is famous for its Grange wines? Is it A, McGuigan? Is it B, Penfolds? Is it C, Barossa Valley Estate? Or is it D, Wolf Blass? All Australian producers, of course, although one of these is particularly famous for its Grange range. That range is certainly something I can't afford, but they are renowned for their aging potential and they are very highly acclaimed in Australia. It is, of course, Penfolds, and that's answer B. Question 8 is all about a very specific region in Australia. So, Tasmania would be considered to have what type of climate? Is it A, hot maritime? Is it B, cool continental? Is it C, cool maritime? Or is it D, Mediterranean? So first of all, you need to think about where Tasmania is in relation to Australia. Tasmania is an island that sits south of Australia. The types of wines that Tasmania produce, you might be wanting to think about those. They are really well renowned for some of their Pinot Noirs. And Tasmania is considered to have a cool maritime climate. So if you've gone for answer C, you got another one right. Now, I had a little question earlier about the Hunter Valley and Semillon. We're going to stay on the Semillon grape here with question number 9. Aged Hunter Valley Semillons would display what type of aromas? Is it A, mushroom and forest floor? Is it B, toast, nuts and honey? Is it C, dried fig and date? Or is it D, pineapple and marmalade? Good aged Semillons are aged in barrels before they're bottled, and that might give you a little bit of an indication as to which way to go here. Semillon is a white grape, that might give you some indication of where you need to go as well. But a classic description for aged Hunter Valley Semillons is honey, toast and nuts, and that is answer B. And so finally, on to the last question. We're taking it over to the west coast of Australia with a question about Margaret River. Margaret River is located 200 kilometres south of which major Australian city? Is it A, Darwin, B, Melbourne, C, Sydney, or D, Perth? Perhaps I finished on a little bit of an easier one there, if you know your Australian geography, but you know, as I always say, they're only easy if you know them. It's in fact Perth, that is the city that's located on the west coast. That's the city that's 200 kilometres north of Margaret River. So if you've gone for answer D, Perth, correct. Hope you enjoyed the Australian wine quiz. Thank you to those of you who've been making recommendations about other types of quizzes you'd like to see. Australia had been a popular request, so I hope this was something that you've enjoyed. As you know, lots more quizzes available on this channel, but for now I don't have a glass to grab. I will still say cheers, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers!